All right, YouTubes. It is Sunday morning. I gotta be at my job site pretty quick here. I'm lagging. I'm supposed to be there at 8. I got 10 minutes to get over there. But look, another atmospheric river, more rain. So check this out. Where I go snowboarding up in the Sierras, it's been crazy, the craziest winter ever. Let me get the wipers on. And I think yesterday, or the day before yesterday, they were already at 660 inches of snow. So that's over 55 feet of snow in one season. That's right, 55 feet. And I'll try and put a picture up of the chairlifts. So you can see all the pine trees, the ground, the chair, you know, the chairlifts, and then the snow has made it all the way to the top of the chairlifts. It's crazy. And I'm gonna try and get up there this week for some more snowboarding. And bucket list thing is, I think you'll be able to snowboard on 4th of July, maybe like at Alpine or something like that. And I've always wanted to do something like that on my bucket list. Do a little snowboarding on 4th of July. That'd be crazy. But yeah, it's dumping again. We're gonna go do this compressor change out and TXV change out on a Hoshizaki IM. And I think I had talked about, I made a couple trips on this ice maker before I figured it out. And the issue is the dimples on the ice cubes are too big. And there's nothing I could do to adjust it or change it. I mean, I tried all kinds of things. Changed thermistor, weighed the charge back in. And what I overlooked was, because I've gotten a habit of not gauging up on units sometimes. You know, the non-evasive, especially on ice makers. And I finally got the book out and got to looking and checking. And what I found was the unit was running high suction and super long freeze time. So if you have a compressor that's low capacity, that's not completely blown out, it'll still make ice. It'll just take forever. And that's what was happening on this unit. Supposed to be, I think I was supposed to be around 11. The book showed 11 PSI for my suction pressure. It's weird, the books never tell you the evaporator temperature, it gives you the pressure. You have to convert it yourself. I was running at about 22 on my suction. So I figured, yep, that's it. It's the compressor's low capacity. So, and the machine's like, it's almost 6-year-old machine. And, which that's not, usually ice machine compressors go pretty long. So let's get out here and we'll do it. And it's just, the rain's crazy. Today's Sunday, it's gonna rain Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take a break, and I think it's gonna rain again on Friday. And the good news is all the reservoirs are filled up in California. There's some killer time lapses. Some of them were almost bone dry at the beginning of winter, and now they're all filled back up. And then we got the snowpack on top of that. And usually they fill up from the snowpack when the snowpack melts. That's our water supply in California. The Sierras get full of snow. And it's just neat to see. All right, let's get out there. I've been rambling. All right, I'm loading up. I'm gonna need the plug-in light today. For sure. Staging up my gear. I actually made it on time. NorCal's always on time. I'm like a clock, man. I'm like Captain Punctual. If I was a superhero, I'd be Captain Punctual. Probably bag out some of these flashlights too. I hate working in the dark, and that's a fact. These have been super good right here, these Milwaukee lights. I like these ones a lot. Sorry, Tippins. This is a job for a real tool bag. Yeah, the tool bag with the broken zipper. All right, here's all my stuff. That's the unit right there. And you'll see the ice cubes. Big giant dimples in them. And let's move some of this stuff. And we got the whole bar to ourselves. That's an Aircon mini split. I think that's, I don't know if I put a 3-ton or a 2-ton. I think that's a 2-tonner. And it heats and cools the whole bar, dude. It's killer. They love it. Team Jameson's. We'll get this thing taken apart here. Okay. All right, if you're not familiar with the IM series, these are a copy of an old cold draft ice maker. And I cut my teeth on cold draft ice machines back in the 80s. And you got a motor, water pump, you got a gear motor. And the jaws go down, open and close, make ice. Over here we got our compressor. It's not super happy. In here we got our TXV. Like to get the Danfoss numbers off that compressor. Yeah, it's a SC15G, and that's what I have crossed over. I got a Copeland. We're going to pipe in a Copeland, so it's going to be a little bit different on the configuration. And I'm going to end up pulling this ice maker out of here. It's 134A too on this one. And let me get a couple wrenches and I'll get the cap off and I'll show you the suction pressure while it's in the freeze mode. Yep, if you've never seen one before. The jaws open up. Evaporator's on the top right here. The water trough is on the jaw that drops down and it shoots water up into the evaporator this way. And then makes the ice in there and then it defrosts and then drops the ice out. So lucky the location of this ice maker, I could just unplug it, pull it out from the wall to get back here to work on it. You guys know what I'm talking about. And there's our compressor right there. I already got the TXV taken apart. I gotta recover this thing real quick. Let me get everything set up and then we'll get the videos going again. Here. All right, one thing nice working with ice makers, you know, they don't hold much charge. So we're getting her pulled right down. 10 ounces. 10.2 ounces is all they hold, so the recovery goes real quick. There it is. Star of the show right there. Okay, so all the panels come off for easy access if you can get around these things. And there she is. Ready to rock and roll. NorCal's tip of the day, especially with these Danfoss compressors. I had this on a walk-in box last year that had a Danfoss. And you'll see it on ice makers, walk-in boxes, these Danfoss compressors. The suction tube going back into the compressor are notorious for rusting out. and you'll get refrigerant leaks. This one's not leaking, but they're notorious for that. I'm gonna cut a bunch of this out because I know I gotta do a repipe. I bought a different brand compressor. I got the Copeland replacement for this that crossed over. So I'm gonna see if I can cut a bunch of this out of there that I can with my tubing cutter. All right, we got the compressor out, we got the filter dryer out. I'm gonna do the condenser fan motor. It's 6 years old. Check it out, at the different hertz, you get different watts. So at 50 hertz, it's a 10-watt motor, and at 60 hertz, it's a 9-watt motor. I'm gonna see if we can just fit up one of our nice American-made 9-watt motors in there. I'm gonna shine this up. We'll go get this all cleaned up. And we'll grab a regular 5411 motor on that bracket. Should work. All right, let's see if we can Americanize this Americanize this fan motor here. I've got this motor right here. 9-watt clockwise, America, baby. All right, if you switch one over, you do gotta hog one of the holes out because they're off a bit. So I just get them both, all four a little bit bigger. You want to get all 4 bolts in. The foot pattern is just off on those other motors a little bit. So we're gonna hog it out here. Make this thing America. These ice makers are made in the UK. We'll get some more like American standard parts on here. That is the one. Fans mounted. I do a little house cleaning in here. And we'll get ready for the new compressor and see how we're gonna repipe it. And I gotta unsweat the TXV. My unsweat trick with the solder. Get the solder on the joints. And you can sweat them out, and they usually come out pretty clean if you do this. So we're gonna get the solder on the 2 joints to unsweat this TXV. Nice and clean. See, Mr. Clean Jeans? That's how I do those. All right, there's our freshie. This TXV here cost as much as the compressor. Insane. Double checking my part number. That's the right part number for this unit. You can get all the part numbers and everything off the QR code reader on these ice makers now. It's really cool. And look, with the flux trick, everything just fits right back in like a glove, dude. No hassle. Look how clean that came out. Just insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. All right, like any other TXV, you want to wrap this real good with a wet rag. get it super protected, and then we're gonna hook up the nitrogen. We're gonna purge some nitro through here. Everything's ready to go. We got her on braze mode. We are purging. Okay. TXV's wrapped in the wet rag. Let's see if we can make a couple solders, a couple brazers here and see how we make out. On here, so TXV's in, compressor's in, new dryer, new condenser fan motor. Been on my pressure test for 20 minutes at 102.5, hasn't changed. So I got a tight system. I'm gonna get ready to start the vacuum now. And I'll get it on the vacuum. We'll wire in the condenser fan motor. The compressor's already wired in. And that's all I got left to wire in is the condenser fan motor, and that's it. And then insulate. Get all these pieces back on the TXV. It's very important. Get all your pieces on, re-insulate, and get it all tightened up. And we'll do that, and then I'll show you that. And I got the micron gauge hooked up to the, it's the only place I could get it is right on the vacuum pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. Get my ballast open. And close the ballast. And we got the micron gauge. It's just pulling right now, just against the my gauges. So the pump's running, pulling against my gauges, and the oil doesn't look super bad. Let's go ahead and open these up. There we go. Hear that big change on the pump? That took us, yeah, we're just getting started. Coming down. We'll check back in on this later. I'm going to do some insulating and tidying up. All right, just moved it back into the place, got it going. It went through its fill cycle. It just kicked in the freeze cycle. Bam! 11.5 on the suction. And you're supposed to check it 5 minutes in. So, because when it starts, we're not pumping water, so the grid gets cold. Your suction will come down. Water pump kicks on. We get a load on the evaporator, so they want you to check it 5 minutes in, and we'll do that. But so far, everything seems to be looking good. Well, let it make a batch, and we'll check our dimple size. It says somewhere around 3/16 of a dimple, 3/16 of an inch. Everybody's insulated, back together. Do some cleaning up, and we'll check back on this thing. Freeze. Let me check the chart for the freeze cycle times. Freeze cycle time is between 28 and 31 minutes with the ambient temperatures I have right now. And before, with the lower capacity compressor, you wouldn't see the suction line frosting up like this either. It was having a real hard time making ice. So what I'm seeing is looking a lot better. New TXV, new compressor, new condenser fan motor, new liquid line dryer. And for you new guys, what pointed me in the right direction was high suction pressure, long freeze times. But it would still make ice, dude. They were still getting by with ice in there, see? But the dimple was large. So, and it did. It took me a couple of trips to figure it out. Ain't gonna lie. I'm not a super tech. I'm just a tech. But I play a Super Tech on my live streams. Oh, and I wrote a song about Super Techs. No, his mind is not for rent. Oh, looking good there. Looking good. I'm feeling it. Man, I hope it's good. Cause I'm feeling it. Today's Tom Sawyer works on ice machines. He gets high on you. I got a makeup station I just got a call for too after this. I will bring you guys along. We'll make super extended crazy video. How's that sound? Frost pattern's looking good. Now you can't see the ice on these ones. It's a trip. So the other thing too, when that compressor was low capacity, this line wasn't frosting up. I think I mentioned that, but I just wanted to pick that up again. So a lot of stuff to look for there. And my suction was running about 20. I was at a 20 PSI 5 minutes in. And the freeze times were like 50 minutes. They were double. So it says on the page, and I'll put a screenshot up, 28 to 31 minutes, 11 PSI. 5 minutes in. Yeah, we're close enough. I was waiting for this thing to make ice, and I came up with the new song. Look, this one's called Dead Nuts, Dead Nuts, Dead Nuts, put it on Dead Nuts. Now this is a big no-no right here. The long hoses on an ice maker. So what I'll probably do is when it gets to the end of the freeze mode, I will turn off my little ball valve right here and take the hose off. And I did stuff a little extra in there because that dryer was bigger. So I did stuff a little extra in. So hopefully that'll be dead nuts, dead nuts, dead nuts. All right, we just went into a harvest. See the suction line? Right on schedule, right at about 29 minutes. So we'll let this thing do its thing and we'll see what the ice looks like. See, it does its little pulses. That's part of the defrost cycle. If you read the sequence of operation. All right, so it did its pulses. Now the water pump stopped. Now we're in a full defrost. There it goes. Jaws are coming down. This is the old cold draft technology right here. Can we cheat and see? Oh yeah, the dimples are looking good, dude. We got our ice cubes back. Yay. Customer's gonna be stoked. Filling back up with water right there. Yep. Dump it out our sump. See that? Yeah, you'll get the dirt out of there too. That's the overflow at the bottom there. That's normal. That means the sump's got enough water in it to where it's overfilling. Now we're harvesting ice. We got our hot gas. It's going through our evaporator. Well, it's actually a mixture. But I could tell the dimples look good on this, dude. That's what they're supposed to look like, little dimples. Stoked. I'm just gotta heat up our evaporator and then drop our ice. Oh, here it comes. Oh yeah, baby. See, big O cubes. See the little dimples? as compared, this is what it was looking like before. And this is what it looks like now. All right, we got a big old win on the Hoshizaki IM 200. I think it's an ABB or BAA, the model number on that one. But that was a huge win. Let's head over to the next one. We're rolling right along. It's, what is it, 12 o'clock? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 4 hour job there. You know, just taking my time, checking things out. Plus, you know, 30 minutes to watch it drop a batch. So, it's not, we're not hacking Mo, breaking records. Yeah, man, breaking records, man. Nah, we're just fixing stuff. So that was a good win. Let's get over and check out this, I think it's a 3-door prep table. Reach in. Shake it for me, girl, shake it for me. Oh yeah, look, get your Santa Cruz on. Boardroom. Let's grab some glubbers. Rubber glubber. We're gonna need some knee pros. Look, my knee pros are so old, they're so flattened out. Just beat. Here we go, we're gonna take a look at this one. The Superior. And it's not very happy. 69 degrees. Well, let's see what's going on in here. Got evap fans. Yeah, maybe the thermostat's okay. Let's check it here. The thermostat hit the relay. Let's see what we got going on over here. The condenser's super hot. I bet the condenser fan motor died. Let me get that turned off. Compressor's probably off on overload. Nope. Let's get this out of here. Some 3/8. A couple 3/8 and this will pull forwards. How it spins right here and just stops. See that? Just right. Gone out there. We'll get the nut off. I gotta loosen my nut driver. It needs a little scrub a dooski rooski on it. There we go. Look at this thing. Original recipe. Pretty beat up. Got our new condenser fan motor in. Everything's cleaned up. Wash the blade. Wash the mounting bracket. Now I gotta get this compressor cooled down. It is hot. Hot tamales in there. You'll see my spray bottle and a bunch of water here. I had to cool that compressor off. It was scorching hot. I got lucky right now. It restarted, so it is running. Super lucky. I restarted and it's running, so we'll see if it makes it. And then we'll let it run for a bit and we'll gauge up on it here in a little while. I'll use the spray bottle to help take the load off. Like a little mister on there to lower the head pressure. I'll help it catch up. And look, it's coming right down. Coming right on down. Cool off a bunch. Coming right on down the mountain. Life is looking good. Life is looking real good right here. Maybe there. So what I'll do is I'll let it pull down and then I'll kill the stat. I'll let it equalize, put everything back, and then cross my fingers it restarts.